Tonight, we're going to talk about essential oils, and I'm going to make it as fast as I possibly can while giving you all the comprehensive information. And I've got our Zoom pulled up. I've got a sharing to essential oil basics on Facebook. So if you are new here, you have access to that group as just a group that we hope to share information. And so we're live streaming into there. So let's talk about essential oils. What are essential oils? So essential oils are the most powerful part of the plant. They're distilled from shrubs, flowers, trees, roots, bushes, fruit, rinds, resins, and herbs. And oils consist of hundreds of different natural organic compounds. So in humans, many oils provide support for every system in the body: your skeletal system, muscular systems, circulatory system, endocrine system, hormones, respiratory, immune system. These oils support brain health and a healthy weight, and they're used extensively for all sorts of different ways. Like, you're going to find oils to support your spiritual life as well as beauty aids. And literally, like, I know for me, I use these a lot on my kids. I had a little baby that was teething today, and so for emotional support with her, and then also on her gums. So there are literally so many different ways that you can use oils. And another way that I love to use oils is to use them as an alternative to cleaning chemicals, toxic chemicals in the home. So I did not know this, but you can literally start swapping out every single chemical in your home to live and I'm going to say toxic chemical, because everything's a chemical, even from the earth, to live a more pure lifestyle. And you can do it actually really, really affordably. So today we're going to talk about the Young Living Starter Kit, because that's how I started, and that's what I recommend you start with if you don't have it. It's a $412 bundle, but it's steeply discounted to $165. And it comes with 12 full-size bottles of oil and a desert mist diffuser with 11 different colored light settings, including a candle setting. So if you're like, oh, I don't want to get rid of my candle, you have that candle feeling. And so this kit specifically comes with respiratory oils for respiratory support, pain oils, immune support oils, stress oils, emotional oils, digestive oils, oils for alertness, and oils for fear, as well as internal aromatic and topical oils, and our powerhouse of Ningxia. If you're not familiar with Ningxia Red, you'll learn about that. It's basically a drink that's loaded with antioxidants. And this kit also has Thieves, which is the most affordable oil-infused plant-based cleaning, literally it's a cleaning line, but it comes with a cleaning solution, and it's the best on the planet, and it's the most affordable oil-infused cleaner on the planet. Thieves, get this is really cool that this comes in your kit. Thieves kills 99.9% of all germs and bacteria. And I love this kit because it gives you a whirlwind experience, a sample of some of the best products that we have, as well as the oils. So let's dive right in. So first thing is, you do not need to be an aromatherapist to use these oils. In fact, in most cases, you literally just rub topically onto the skin. So there are three main ways to get oils into your system. The English, there are three schools of thought. The English apply it topically. So they literally put it on their skin and then they rub it on their skin. The French suggest ingestion and they cook with it. The German method diffuses and inhales it. So there are so many amazing, effective methods, and each oil I find works differently and better in different ways, but you have a bunch of different ways. So when you breathe it in, you diffuse it and inhale it, does not have to go through your digestive system, which makes it really, really effective. So how do these oils enter and how long do they last? Okay, tests have shown that oils reach the heart, the liver, the thyroid within 3 seconds when inhaled, and they were found in the bloodstream within 27 seconds when applied topically. So I just put sage on my wrist just now. That means it's actually in my blood stream already, which is just so cool to me. Essential oils are literally so powerful. So they've been used in history Literally some of the oldest cultures and oldest literature that's been discovered has found that in medieval worlds they've been using essential oils. This is no new fad. In fact, essential oils were just rediscovered, and their science grows every single year, as people are studying them more and finding more uses for them, especially in this day and age. So, do essential oils work? That's one of the first things that we want to answer up front. There's a friend of mine, her name is Sarah, and she gave me this guideline that I'm reading through right now. And she used to buy her lavender oils online, at farmers markets. She used to buy them at bulk food stores. And in the United States, there's literally no rating system for essential oils. It would be wonderful if there were, because then you'd know what you were buying. If you walk into a grocery store and you look at a box of cereal, you can literally see the nutrition facts on the side. There are no nutrition facts on the side of oils. So that actually means that we have to learn how to trust the source. You have to know the company that you're purchasing from in order to know what sets them aside, because there's no nutrition label. So seed to seal is what Young Living has. It's 100% pure, and I'm going to explain it to you in 2 minutes so you have trust that these essential oils that I'm going to share with you are the absolute best and the highest quality. So the thing that sets Young Living apart is this seed to seal promise. And this is what it means. At Young Living, we do not strip the constituents to make our oils smell better. In fact, you might find that some don't smell so pleasant. We do not mix species of the same oil. We do not spray weed killers or pesticides or herbicides or use genetically modified seeds. We spend $12,000 per acre to hand weed lavender, or to have the sheep that live on the lavender farm eat the weeds, instead of the industry standard of $60 an acre for the same plant. So we spend $12,000 an acre, whereas the industry standard is $60 an acre. Isn't that pretty cool? So the industry standard is $60 an acre because spraying pesticides is much cheaper than hand weeding. And we also pay our employees a fair wage, which is really important. We do not distill with solvents, and our oil is pure because of that. Our soil that our plants grow in is not tainted with mercury, arsenic, glyphosate, or any poison, because our fields are untouched by toxic chemicals. We harvest at the exact time of day that Young Living's research team has found to be the ideal time for that specific plant. And we know when that peak is because of our extensive library on oils. We have the oldest and the largest globally compiled nearly 30 years of research at farms on 6 different continents. Gary Young is the guy who started all of this, and he grew helichrysum essential oil at St. Mary's in Idaho, then in Mona, Utah, then in the Mediterranean country of Croatia, to watch its scores on our seed to seal testing. We don't know where it grows natively, the helichrysum, but we know where it grows best and produces the most effective oil for the body. Our farms are all over the world, and you can visit them yourself, any of our farms, if you like, just because they are so transparent. And I just think that's so incredible. Young Living tests 8 times at the farm, and then again in Spanish Fork, Utah, and then again after bottling. And they do 24 tests per batch to make sure that the oils meet their standards. Then third-party testing with 2 accredited, respected, independent labs. And Young Living's oils are tested by scientists with over 180 years of combined lab experience. Most of the scientists were hand trained by the founder of this company, which is just so seriously incredible. Young Living is a global leader in essential oils with nearly $2 billion in sales annually. That means that those that use the oils keep returning because they actually work. We have stories that are building up. There are literally 3,000 global employees, 600 life-changing products, 16 corporate and partner farms, more than 20 international markets, 50 highly trained scientists, 12 independent partner labs, and 6 million global members. It's insane. So to say we are the same as a generic knockoff knockoff brand or something you're going to find at TJ Maxx. It just literally makes no sense. So there are two completely different products when you look at Young Living, and then when you look at what's on the shelf at the grocery store. And so we just wanted to be really transparent about what that is. You literally cannot have the quality without the cost. The two go hand in hand. So if you're like, oh, why does this bottle of lemon from Young Living cost $10 and the bottle of lemon at the store costs $3? Well, that's because of Seed to Seal. That's because you have to think about it like this. If you were to go get a bottle of wine, would you get the same quality of wine if you paid a lot of money and not? No, you wouldn't. You know that the better wine costs more money. So it's the same thing in every industry except, and also aromatherapy. Also, if another company says that they have a better one, a purity, like a third-party lab test doesn't make an oil pure. Saying your oils are better does not make them pure. Integrity, hard work, high standards, that's what makes Seed to Seal, and that's what makes Young Living so different, and I love that. So you can learn more at seedtoseal.com. They talk about all of the sciencey stuff, and I'm not even going to go into that because I don't know. I think you can do that research if it matters to you, but I'm here to tell you that I'm so excited you're going to get Young Living because it's the best. It'll work. You'll actually experience the benefits, and you'll become one of us weirdos that are like, we actually love these oils. Okay. So authentic, there are 4 different categories: authentic, manipulated, perfume, and synthetic. You just want to know those to have a spectrum of understanding when you are walking through the grocery store and you see an oil that's cheaper. Okay, so let's talk about how oils are made. Okay, it takes a great deal of work to produce a tiny amount of essential oil. 60,000 rose blossoms provide only 1 ounce of rose oil. Isn't that insane? 60,000 rose blossoms provide 1 ounce. If you've ever looked at an ounce, it's not very much at all. So lavender is abundant, and so 220 pounds will provide 7 pounds of oil. Still very much less than the mass amount of oil itself. I'm sorry, of the plant itself. Jasmine flowers must be picked by hand before the sun comes out to be hot on the very first day that the jasmine plant opens, making it one of the most expensive oils in the world. It takes 8 million hand-picked blossoms to produce 2.2 pounds of oil. That is just crazy. If you've ever smelled jasmine, it's so incredible. A sandalwood tree must be 30 years old and 30 feet high before it can be cut down in order to go into the distillery. Gary Young's sandalwood trees, which is from Young Living, must be 90% dead before they are harvested. A little goes a long way with these oils. So most oils are $10 to $30 a bottle, depending on the oil thickness, which is called the viscosity. And a 5 ml bottle, which is this one, 5 milliliter, contains about 85 drops, and a 15 milliliter contains about 250 drops. So each application is 1 to 3 drops, meaning even a small bottle will get you 45 to 90 applications. The Thieves Cleaner, which I recommend everybody get, that cleaner that I talked about, that's the most affordable plant-based cleaner, is made of plants only, and it costs $1.50 to make because it's a concentrate. You literally can't even get that at the organic section at the grocery store, and it replaces your multi-purpose cleaner, glass cleaner, floor cleaner. I clean everything with it. I even put it in my Swiffer. So the Thieves Cleaner and Thieves hand sanitizer come in the starter kit, and so you're going to get that. And then also there's a few other things from Thieves that come, and we'll talk about that later because it's just amazing and you'll definitely want to know about it. Okay, so are these essential oils safe? There are certain oils that are photosensitive, meaning we don't want you to go wear them and then go outside. These are mostly citrus oils like Citrus Fresh or lemon. Those are the two that we're going to talk about tonight that you'll want to be aware of, the Citrus Fresh and lemon, because they're photosensitive. When you're using them on your skin, Always watch for redness and dilute with a carrier oil if needed. So a carrier oil is like an olive oil or a coconut oil, and its molecules are much larger than those of the essential oils. Using a carrier oil with an essential oil slows down the rate at which the body can absorb the essential oil, because it must go through the large molecules of the carrier oil to get into your skin. So also to be safe, to be careful, don't put them near your eyes or in your eyes. Some oils like peppermint, which I have right here, can cause a burning sensation. If you are placing an oil near your eye, apply the oil to a Q-tip instead of tipping the bottle towards your face. Or if you feel comfortable doing it on your finger, that's what I do. You can really be um, you could really be erring on the side of caution at the beginning, and then you can move yourself into becoming more comfortable. So like just before this call, I was feeling a little bit tired, and so I wanted to drop peppermint in my mouth. So because I know peppermint and I know how to maneuver the bottle, I just did that. I didn't like actually, not because of the fear, but in the beginning I might have, started off slower. Okay, so what about the internal use of essential oils? The National Association for Holistic Aromatherapy, one of the top aromatherapy organizations in the United States, doesn't advocate for essential oils for internal use. Why? Well, it's because most companies don't carry any GRAS, which stands for Generally Regarded as Safe Essential Oils. Many argue that internal essential oil use is unsafe, and most of the times we would agree with this, but you need to make sure you're checking the labels first. So Young Living vitality oils are actually approved for internal use, just like a food additive. For instance, if you've been using wintergreen or spearmint and you chew gum, you've actually probably had access to essential oils at some point, maybe not as quality. Or if you put oregano in your pasta sauce, you have tasted the essential oil because it's in that oregano plant. So the NAHA also bases a lot of their decisions on the British model, which advocates topical use only, and many of the British studies are flawed. For example, they're done at extremely high doses or in ways that oils aren't used. Young Living actually utilizes all three methods: the British, French, and the German model. And the French have been safely using essential oils internally for decades. Young Living's Vitality line is very distinctive because it has white labels, so you can easily recognize which one of those oils are recommended for internal ingestion. Now, on the flip side, if you look at every ingredient of what you have in your bathroom, in your kitchen, every day we put those products on our skin, in our body, and we breathe them in. But many of these products contain damaging chemicals. And it's funny, I mean, it's not funny at all, but the average woman applies over 300 chemicals, toxic chemicals, every single day to her body, just through soaps, makeup, shampoo, and hair care products. So 80 of those products are applied before breakfast. That means 80 exposures to toxic chemicals before breakfast. And so when you're using the essential oils, it's like you're using products with one ingredient, like lemon or oregano or tangerine. There's literally no synthetic additives. So there's no yuck. You're just getting that single ingredient. It's kind of like when I think about, a healthy meal, sometimes I'm like, if I could just stick to one ingredient foods, like if I could just stick to a sweet potato, I know that's going to be a better option for me than something else. If this is a little bit overwhelming, then I'm just going to narrow it down and tell you how to use the essential oils that come in the kit. And then you're going to get plugged in and you're going to learn about things as time goes by. And it's going to be a lifestyle of change. It doesn't have to be a lifestyle change, but I found it's the most effective when it becomes a lifestyle. So it's not just like, oh yeah, this one time I got, sick, so I used thieves oil. It's like, no, we're going to teach you how to use thieves oil. And then we're going to talk to you about how to improve your life in every area. And it's going to be kind of a wading into the pool situation. So the first oil that comes in the kit, if you're taking notes, I would grab your notebook. Frankincense. This is one of the top skin oils. It helps to smooth the appearance of skin. I'm going to give you a clue. smooth the appearance of skin. And it's the key ingredient in Young Living's Brain Power Essential Oil blend. And you can diffuse this to increase activity in certain parts of your brain. I like to put it on my stomach with lavender to get rid of stretch marks when I had them through pregnancy. We also use frankincense in literally any. Okay, I personally use frankincense. I have a 6-year-old son who is working through some pretty big emotions. And one of the things that I found really cool is when he does something that he regrets, and he acts out, he usually in a reaction of shame will go into his room. And what I do is grab the frankincense oil and I go into his room and I just start talking to him about, what he's feeling and what kind of emotions he's experiencing. And then when he's ready to release that emotion or discharge that emotion, what I like to do is frankincense a lot of times, because I feel like frankincense is a really great discharging oil for shame. And so we'll put frankincense in 3 drops and we rub it around like this. And then I have him close his eyes and he cups it over his nose and I ask him to breathe deeply. And I just ask him, what was the feeling that he had when he did the action that he was regretting. And I just ask him to get really clear on that. And then when he's really clear and I can see it in his body and he's tense and frustrated, then I'll say, okay, now it's time to do it again. Only this time we're going to feel the opposite. When's the time you felt really proud of yourself? When's the time that you did something that you're really excited about? And then I have him feel that emotion. And then it's like you can literally see it fall off of him. Now he's a 6-year-old boy, but I know that we're all 6-year-old kids in some ways, and we have emotions that we have that are not related to what age we are. We all have shame. We all have where we get in our head and we're not living from our heart. And so I like to use essential oils in that way, and frankincense is one of my favorite ones for that. Lavender is the oil of relaxation. So that's number 2 is lavender. It's the oil of relaxation. You can diffuse it for a calming, soothing aroma. You can put a few drops in Epsom salt for like in the nighttime, for a bath, like before you go to bed, for calming. This is literally referred to as the Swiss Army knife because it's got so many uses. I always like to make sure that I bring lavender with me on 4th of July for any potential burns. I also love using lavender in the spring and summertime for bug bites. And I also use it for bruises, blisters, or rashes on my kids. All right, the third oil is peppermint vitality. And I have peppermint right here. It's not vitality. Doesn't mean anything because the vitality label is literally the only thing different between this one, but that's different between this one and the vitality. This one's the green and the vitality is the white. It's the same quality of oil in the bottle. It's just a different label. They do that because the vitality says it's for internal ingestion and this one technically says it's for topical, but you can use it however you want. So this one helps support gastrointestinal support, or comfort. It promotes healthy bowel function and enhanced gut function. It helps maintain the efficiency of the digestive tract. And it also may support performance during exercise. There's a really cool study about this. You'll have to check it out sometime. Basically, they got a bunch of men in a room and tested their physical ability with grip strength and jumping. And it was amazing. The men who had peppermint outperformed the others. So it was incredible. And also, this one can keep you alert and awake. Like I mentioned, I'm on the East Coast, so it's getting late, and me and my little baby didn't sleep much last night at all. So right before this call, I was like, I got to do something. You could probably see it in my energy a little bit that I'm a little bit more tired than usual. But anyway, this one is a good one. I dropped it on my tongue right before to kind of wake me up and get me excited to go again. Okay, next is citrus fresh vitality. And this one is, you're going to want to diffuse it into the air to freshen the air. It's a blend of orange, tangerine, grapefruit, lemon, and mandarin oils, and it's a replacement for chemical-based home fragrances. You can spritz it in rooms, closets, and over linens. You can dilute it with a carrier oil and use it like a perfume. And you can also use it to smooth the appearance of skin. This one is really also amazing for immune system support. And if you're using oils on babies, if they have any sort of drainage that you can hear is happening with a snotty nose, a little tip I learned from a friend is always make sure you have lemon or citrus fresh on their neck where kind of their tubes are draining, and it will eliminate well, I can't really technically prove this, but I can tell you that my kids have never had an ear infection before their ages 6, 4, 2, and 3 months. We've never had actually, maybe we have had one that was suspected ear infection, but we were able to mitigate it with the essential oils. So I had an ear infection though, and I used this and it helped a ton. If you've ever had an ear infection as an adult, it is no good. All right, next is Thieves Vitality. This helps support a healthy respiratory system, and it helps maintain overall wellness when taken as a dietary supplement. You can also use this for immune system support. So you can add 1 drop of Thieves Vitality to a to a cup of hot water, and it will soothe your throat. If you feel like you're coming down with something, you're going to want to gargle this in water. The next oil is Peace and Calming. I'm trying to hustle here. There's just so much to say. Peace and Calming is one of my favorite oils. I literally put it on my hands, rub it on my kids' heads when they're feeling, like they need to calm down. It's kind of different than Stress Away in the way that Stress Away is for prolonged use during the day, and it's kind of more for the fight or flight stress. And then this one is more for calming down and slowing down your mind. So this one has like a really good properties for sleep. So I would diffuse this for sleeping. It has ylang ylang, orange, tangerine, patchouli, and blue tansy. Very unique smell. I love it. I absolutely love it. Stress Away, which we were just talking about, promotes wellness and may be an important part of your daily regimen if you find yourself living in that fight or flight. It's one of the top emotional oil blends, and I like to use Stress Away before a heavier workday. This one contains lime, copaiba, vanilla, and it's like it's kind of like a margarita in a bottle. If you think of what the feeling of a margarita, if you're sitting on the beach, that for me is Stress Away. Okay, we are getting close, you guys. I have 5 more, okay? Lemon Vitality. It's a citrus flavor. It enhances the taste of water and food. It's a key ingredient in Thieves, which is so good for immune support. And it may also help support your immune system. So you're going to want to drink this in hot water, or you can drink it in cold water, but make sure you use a glass cup. You can also use lemon to get sticky stuff off of anything. And it's also really good for degreasing pans. Pan Away is the next oil, and it's amazing for soothing muscles. Think of it like your alternative to BioFreeze. Pan Away, you're going to put on the back of your neck for your neck, or on your shoulder for your shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Like joint and mobility type stuff. Pan Away is your go-to. It's also really great for headaches. Use it on the base of your neck, on your brainstem. The next oil is Digest, and this one is the top blend for supporting the digestive system. I do not like the smell of this one at all. I think it's gross, but it works really well. And I'll tell you, there have been many days where I'm like, I think something needs to happen. I need to go and I need to get something moving, and I'll take Digest, and it works like a charm. Or on the reverse side, if you're going and you need to stop, you can also take Digest and it will help. Just put 2 drops in a veggie capsule and pop it like a pill. Okay, Raven is literally the most amazing oil for the respiratory system that I know of. I like to put Raven in a bowl of hot boiling water, and then I put a towel over my head, and I put a drop. Did I already say put a drop of Raven in the water? And it creates this aromatic experience that feels so intense that it reminds me of when I was a kid and I would stick my head out of the window of a car and I can't even breathe because it's like the wind's hitting me. That's like how I feel with Raven. But if you can just get that big first deep breath, you can feel your lungs start to just decongest and open up. And it is so amazing. I love Raven. Last but not least is Valor. And Valor is the blend that is created for courage and bravery. And the reason they found this was this blend was used by the ancient Romans in bathhouses before they would send their soldiers into battle, they were breathing this in, and so it really promotes confidence. And I love Valor. I use it daily. So okay, I told you earlier the kit comes with 12 bottles of oil, a diffuser. I recommend the Desert Mist, but you can get any one that you want on there. 2 packets of Ningxia Red, which we'll have to talk about in another time. 2 Thieves products, and then you get the roll-on cap. You can turn any bottle into a roll-on bottle by just putting that roll-on top on there, and you get it all for $165. So there's no like yearly membership fee. There's no like you have to buy, like this is like you get started here and you get your Young Living account like opened up, and that's it. What that means is basically you have a Costco card or a Sam's Club card. You have access to shop at youngliving.com for 24% off whenever you want. That's kind of how it goes. So it is a really fun way to get started and straightforward. You get all these oils that set you up. And then another thing I'm just going to encourage you to do, because you could get free shipping if you do this, and also some free oils, is just look into Essential Rewards. It is a really great program, and it's where you can get things like where you design what you get shipped to your door, but you can customize an order that comes to your door every month. And it's a really great program. We love it. A lot of my friends love it, and we just order our toothpaste, our Thieves cleaner, our my face lotion that I love so much, the Art Intensive Moisturizer, which I literally can't go without. I never thought I would be this person, you guys, that was a snob about my skincare. And now here I am, 27 years old, and I'm like that person. Okay. But I have 2 products that I can't go without: the Art Renewal Serum and the Art Intensive Moisturizer. I every night without fail. And it's so funny because I don't even mean to do this. I put it on my face, and then I just start like going, oh my gosh, this smells so good. And I can't stop myself from saying it. I can't. It just smells so good, and it just feels so good. So anyway, all this to say, we get all of our household products, literally everything but food, we get from Young Living. And it's so nice because I get money back, free oils, free products, points back. It's like a win-win all around. So look into that before you get your starter kit, because you can actually use your starter kit as your first Essential Rewards order, and they'll give you free stuff for doing that. All right, you guys. Thanks for joining in. If you have any questions, go over on the Essential Oil Basics Facebook page or ask the person who invited you. I hope you have an amazing night. And if you loved this, then come back next week because we'll do the same thing all over again and bring a friend. Okay. Bye, guys. Have a great night.